Hey, what's up, guys? It's a Sports Blitz here, and we're back with another NFL mock draft. Before we get into it, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe. Guys, apologies for the lighting. It's a little bit dark in here, and I know my lighting is absolutely terrible. That's something I'm wanting to upgrade over time, so sorry for the bad lighting. But let's go ahead and get on into it. So, with the number one overall pick, not going to waste any time, we're going to go ahead and select Evan Neal. I don't think that's really a pick we need to explain anymore. Similar with this one, Lions taking Aiden Hutchinson. I don't think that's a pick that needs to be explained. Number three, I think this time, normally we would have them go with Kayvon Thibodeaux. I think he is the second best edge rusher in this class. I think this specific time we're going to go with Kyle Hamilton. He's just too good of a prospect. I know you can say what you want about safety value. Safeties, yeah, they usually don't have very high draft value, but Kyle Hamilton is just special. I don't really see him falling real far in this draft. So I could definitely see him going this early. So then at number 4, the Jets are going to go ahead and snag Kayvon Thibodeaux, next best edge rusher in this draft. Him mixed with, or paired with, rather, Carl Lawson is going to be a nasty duo. So number 5, the Giants are going to go ahead and go with Ikem Ekwonu. Really, best case scenario, he can play right tackle, or at least maybe Andrew Thomas can play right tackle and Ekwonu plays left tackle, and you have a good tandem. If not, hey, Ikem Ekwonu, I truly believe, can be a Pro Bowl guard in the league. I really believe that. So, yeah, I think he's just an absolute home run player for the Giants, and I think it's all but inevitable right now that that the Giants get him. So number 6, the Carolina Panthers. Last time I went Malik Willis. This time, I'm still gonna go with Malik Willis. He's my number 1 quarterback in the draft. I know there's still some stuff that he needs to work on before he's NFL ready, but not many quarterbacks that come out of the draft are immediately NFL ready. Trevor Lawrence didn't have a very good season this last year, and I'm not ready to give up on him. Same with Zach Wilson and Justin Fields. So I think Malik Willis will be just fine. Just needs some time to develop and, become more of a ready quarterback. Panthers really need that franchise guy, and I think Malik Willis can very well be that guy. So, number 7, for the Giants, we are going to go with... I think we're going to go with Kenyon Green this time. We usually go with Ikem Ekwonu and Tyler Linderbaum. I love Linderbaum. He's my favorite interior offensive lineman in the draft. In fact, really, he could probably play guard if you wanted him to as well. But we're going to go with Kenyon Green. I think he's a more surefire guard. And really that way too, even if you do end up having Ikem Ekwonu at left guard, Kenyon Green can still play right guard, and that offensive line gets so much better. I truly believe the Giants should, and very, very, very possibly will go, will double dip on the offensive line. I think that's a genius move for the Giants. Number 8, we're going to have the Falcons go ahead and snag... We're going to have them snag Jermaine Johnson. He is now my number 3 edge rusher in this class. He's a baller. He is so fast off the edge. He is very much like a Brian Burns, Hassan Reddick, just very speedy edge rusher. His spin move is nasty. I really like this kid. I think he can really, really help revamp the Falcons pass rush. So, number 9, the Broncos will also go ahead and snag a quarterback right here. They're going to take who was previously tied for my number one quarterback, tied with Malik Willis before Malik Willis kind of rose his stock. We're going to go with Kenny Pickett. I still really like Kenny Pickett. I don't think the Senior Bowl really deserved to drop his stock by that much. I think he still played solid. He had some solid practices. So I'm not really ready to, call it quits on him. I think he's going to be a good player. So, yeah, we're going to go with Kenny Pickett here. Number 10, the Jets are on the board. And I think with Kyle Hamilton off the board, I think it's definitely between Derek Stingley and Treylon Burks. I do really like the idea of getting Zach Wilson some more receiver help. I mean, you give the kid some good weapons, and that offense is going to really, really start to, rise up. So I think we're going to go with Treylon Burks here. He's my wide receiver 1 in this class. I think he is a slightly slower, not much slower, mind you, slightly slower, but better route running DK Metcalf. I really believe that. The dude's a stud. But number 11, the Washington football team. Normally I would say they should go quarterback here, but Malik Willis and Kenny Pickett are both off the board already. I think if that's the case, they should address other areas. And, I'm really looking at Derek Stingley here. I mean, their secondary was so bad this last year. I mean, they really need some cornerback help. Looking at these other guys down here, I don't really see anybody else that, they desperately need. A lot of these guys would be really good. I mean, snagging Jordan Davis for that D line would be cool. You could get Jameson Williams to get whoever's back there at quarterback, get him some weapons. I think we're going to go Derek Stingley. That's a tough pick. There's a lot of guys you could go, but also a lot of guys that I'm not a huge fan of the fit. So we're going to go Derek Stingley, really, really try to help that secondary there. And I'm a big fan of Stingley. I think he's the best corner in the draft. But Ahmad Gardner's catching up. Ahmad Gardner has risen my rankings so much. He's a stud. So, then here we have the Minnesota Vikings. And speak of the devil, we're going to give them Ahmad Gardner. He's just an absolute beast, and he's going to help that secondary a lot. So then for the Browns, we're going to go ahead and give them Garrett Wilson. He, I think, is the perfect fit for the Browns. That's really all there is to it. I think he's a perfect fit. But here for the Ravens, I'm going to do a pick that I don't believe I've ever actually done. We are going to give them Nakobe Dean. Now, Devin Lloyd is my favorite linebacker in the draft, and I think he could really make plays for that Ravens defense. But I think with the style of defense they like running, which let me pause there. They do have a new defensive coordinator, obviously, so who knows, things could definitely change up. But in the past, the way they like playing defense, having a bigger linebacker like Nakobe Dean, I think is really going to be a better fit for the Ravens. And Dean's a stud. I really don't think it's a stretch at all to have him go this early. So, Dean to the Ravens. All right, so then at number 15, the Philadelphia Eagles. Guys, you already know what it is. We're going to have them go with Devin Lloyd. I think he is a really good fit for the Eagles. I think the Eagles defense wants to start getting kind of faster, rather than bigger. Um, the last little bit, specifically their defensive line, has been a lot bigger than a lot of other teams, and they've had bigger linebackers and stuff. I think they want to get, faster defensive guys there. And Devin Lloyd's, I think he's going to test really, really well at the combine, and he's just a good fit for the Eagles. So, then at number 16, I'm not sure if he's really going to fall this far, but if he does, the Eagles will take Tyler Linderbaum from Iowa. 17, the Chargers are on the board, and we're going to go ahead and give them Charles Cross. I believe he can play right tackle, honestly, just as well as left tackle. So go ahead and throw him on that right side, and him and Rashawn Slater, one of the best and young tackle tandems in the league. Number 18, we're going to go ahead and give the Saints Jameson Williams. I personally think they should give Jameis Winston another shot. In fact, I've been saying that multiple times. I still believe in Jameis Winston, so go ahead and give him a weapon. 19, we're going to go ahead and give the Eagles, I think since, let's see, so Ahmad Gardner is off the board. But Treylon Burks is also off the board. So, or we could go edge here. David Ojabo is still on the board, and he's a stud. Let's see. We could definitely go Andrew Booth. I think right now it's between Ojabo and Booth right now. I think we're going to go ahead. Excuse me. I think we're going to go ahead and go with David Ojabo right here for the Eagles' last pick. He's just an absolute beast. Go ahead and help out that pass rush. Yeah, I think that's going to be an absolute steal if he falls that far. Number 20, the Steelers. We're going to go ahead and give them Sam Howell. He is now my number 3 quarterback in the draft. The Senior Bowl, actually, I thought he looked good at the Senior Bowl. Really, I think if he can do better about holding on to the ball when he gets hit and not fumble it, I think he can be a really good quarterback. That is my biggest concern with him right now. And if he can work on that, he can be really good. All right, so then at 21, the New England Patriots are going to go ahead and snag Jordan Davis, the big boy from Georgia. Go ahead and pair him up with Christian Barmore. Then at 22, the Raiders, I think right here, I think we're going to go ahead and go with Andrew Booth. They definitely need some cornerback help. Booth is an absolute stud. I think he very well could go earlier than this. I think he could honestly go top 15, if we're being honest. This is just an amazing cornerback class. Like this year and last year's corner classes are just insane. So 23, the Cardinals are on the board, and they are also going to go with a corner. And it's definitely here between Kaiir Elam and Roger McCreary. I do not understand why the Draft Network is so low on Kaiir Elam. I love this kid so much. He's my number 4 corner, and really in most drafts he would be number 2 or 3. I think he's an absolute stud. So we're going to go with Kaiir Elam. Then at 24, there's a lot of ways we could go here for Dallas. I think with the remaining guys on the board, I think we're going to go ahead and go with Zion Johnson, because I'm not sure they're going to go ahead and re-sign Connor Williams. So, and really, Jerry Jones and the Cowboys are really a team that really like to keep up on the offensive line. So, you lose one guy, immediately patch that hole, and Zion Johnson is a good person, good player to do so. But that puts the Bills in a tough spot because they also wanted to draft Zion Johnson. So instead, they're going to go ahead and draft George Karlaftis. Or actually, Roger McCreary. I think if he is on the board this late, I think he's going to help that defense a lot. Pair him up with Tre'Davious White, especially with very likely losing Levi Wallace in free agency. Roger McCreary is going to be a really good replacement. So I think that'll really help for those matchups against the Chiefs. But 26, the Titans are now on the board. And we're going to go ahead and give them Trevor Penning. And I'm not even sure if he's going to fall this far. I was just waiting for the right team right here. And yeah, Penning's an absolute beast. I'm worried in the in the NFL how aggressive he is with his blocks. It tends to make him draw a lot of penalty flags. But if he can keep up his aggressiveness without drawing penalties, like, he's going to be a stud. So I really like Trevor Penning. 27, the Bucks are on the board, and we're going to go ahead and give them, let's see. We're going to give them Tom Brady's replacement, Matt Corral from Ole Miss. 28, we're going to go ahead and give the Packers Drake London from USC. Give Jordan Love, a chance to, make a play, because honestly, I don't see Aaron Rodgers and Davante Adams coming back. So yeah, go ahead and give Jordan Love some help there, and Drake London is a good guy to do so. 29, the Dolphins are on the board, and now we're going to go ahead and have them take George Karlaftis. Number 30, Chiefs on the board. We're going to give them Trayvon Walker, help their pass rush. Bengals are on the board, and as we saw from the Super Bowl, as well as all of the Bengals playoff games, they really need some offensive line help. I think the best remaining tackle is either Petit Frere or Bernard Raymond. I'm a fan of both of them. I'm trying to figure out which one would be a better fit for the Bengals. Because you got to realize, tackles really have to be in the right scheme. Like, if you have a guy like Charles Cross, for instance, where he's more of a technical, quick pass blocker, if you were to put him in a scheme like the Ravens, where they're a heavy zone run scheme, he's not going to do super well in that type of scheme. You need a bigger, more powerful offensive lineman for that. So I'm trying to figure out the best fit for the Bengals here. I think I'd put Bernard Raymond a little bit higher, but I think Petit Frere is a better fit for the Bengals, so we're going to go with him. And then lastly, for the Detroit Lions, we're going to go ahead and give them Daxton Hill. He's my favorite remaining safety on the board. He's an absolute stud. So, yeah, there is my next 2022 NFL mock draft. Let me know what picks you guys agreed with, what you didn't agree with. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of you guys disagreeing with stuff. That's fine. Mock drafts are, like, no mock draft is ever going to be 100% accurate. Okay? I know that 100%. I know I'm going to get roasted in the comments, but guys, you never know what's going to happen until the draft. Crazier things have happened. So, let's just have fun with it. Let's have some fun in the comments, and again, be sure to smash that like button and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Later.